Have you ever felt the crushing weight of failure so heavy that it threatens to break you? When every step forward feels impossible and the voice inside whispers, maybe this is the end. That moment, raw, vulnerable, terrifying, is where most give up. But what if that moment is exactly where your story begins? This is not just a story of success. It's a story of rising from nothing, fighting through fear, and refusing to surrender when the odds are stacked against you. Welcome to the journey from zero to hero. Let me tell you a story, the story of Jason, a man not unlike many of us, who once stood at the crossroads of despair and hope. Jason had dreams, big dreams. Like many in their 20s, he believed hard work and determination would open every door. But life, unpredictable and relentless, had other plans. After being unexpectedly laid off from a job he thought was stable, Jason's world began to crumble. The paycheck stopped coming, bills piled up, and the pressure mounted like a storm ready to break. Every call he made for help went unanswered. Every application sent out was met with silence or rejection. His savings vanished quicker than he could grasp, and the future, once bright and inviting, darkened into a fog of uncertainty. Nights were the hardest. He'd lie awake, heart pounding, staring at the ceiling, drowning in thoughts of failure. The question haunted him, louder each day. Am I enough? Will I ever get out of this? Jason's self-confidence, once strong and steady, cracked under the weight of his circumstances. The man he saw in the mirror was a stranger, defeated, tired, almost broken. Friends who once cheered him on slowly disappeared, unable to watch him struggle, or maybe unsure how to help. Each morning, waking felt like climbing a mountain too steep to conquer. Fear gripped him, fear of being stuck in this place forever, fear of never achieving the life he once dreamed of. The world seemed to move on without him, fast and unforgiving, leaving him behind in silence and shadows. This was Jason's zero, the moment when everything seemed lost. But as all true stories go, this was not the end of Jason's journey. It was just the beginning, the lowest point before the rise. In the depths of his despair, when the nights felt endless and the future seemed sealed shut, something unexpected happened to Jason. It wasn't a grand event or a miraculous breakthrough. There was no sudden lightning strike or dramatic moment of clarity. Instead, it was a quiet, almost imperceptible whisper inside him. A small voice, fragile yet persistent. Try one more time. At first, Jason ignored it. How could he? After so many failures, so much rejection, how could he risk facing disappointment again? Fear gripped him tightly. Fear of rejection, fear of embarrassment, fear of failing in front of those who once believed in him. But that tiny voice refused to be silenced. It tugged at him gently, reminding him of something he'd forgotten, the dreams he once held, the passion that had sparked his fire. He remembered why he started. He remembered the countless hours of effort, the hopes for a better life, the promises he made to himself that he would never settle for less than he deserved. And in that moment, Jason made a choice that would change everything. He decided to get up, not because he was fearless, but because he refused to be defeated by fear. Not because the path was clear, but because he believed that moving forward, even if just one small step, was better than standing still. That decision didn't erase the hardships overnight. The fear, the doubts, the obstacles, they were still there. But now they were met with a new kind of courage. A courage born not from certainty, but from determination. Jason's spark of hope wasn't a blinding light. It was a flicker, a promise to himself that he would try again, one more time. Jason's decision to try again was not the end of his hardships. It was the start of a new, tougher chapter. The road ahead was far from smooth. Every morning he faced the same doubts that had haunted him before, whispering, "Why bother? What if you fail again?" But this time, he refused to listen. Instead, he focused on small goals, one step at a time. He took on odd jobs, anything that could keep him afloat, waiting tables, freelance gigs, even volunteering just to stay connected and sharpen his skills. Each task was a reminder that progress wasn't always about giant leaps, but consistent small steps forward. There were days when exhaustion clouded his vision, and the fear of failure felt suffocating. He felt the sting of rejection letters, the ache of plans falling apart, and the loneliness that comes from walking a difficult path. But alongside the pain came small victories. The first positive feedback from a client, a door cracked open with a new opportunity, a single moment of encouragement from a stranger. Each win, no matter how small, fed his resolve. Jason learned to embrace the struggle itself, understanding that growth was born in discomfort and resilience was built through persistence. He developed a mindset that failure was not a dead end, but a detour, a lesson paving the way forward. Through sleepless nights and early mornings, he forged strength. His vision sharpened, his passion deepened. He began to see that success wasn't just about the destination. It was about the courage to keep walking when the path was uncertain. The journey was long, hard, and filled with fear, but it was also rich with hope, determination, and the undeniable proof that even from the lowest valleys, one could rise. After what felt like an eternity of struggle, months, maybe years, Jason began to notice a shift. It didn't arrive like a sudden thunderclap or a miraculous lightning strike. No, it was quieter, almost invisible at first, but it was there, growing steadily beneath the surface. One morning as he sat down with a cup of coffee, he realized something profound. The crushing weight that had once pinned him down had lifted. The fear that once gripped him, choking his every move, had loosened its hold. It didn't disappear completely. Fear rarely does, but it no longer dictated his every decision. Jason wasn't perfect. He still made mistakes, still faced setbacks that threatened to pull him back into the abyss. But something fundamental had changed. He had become resilient. This resilience was the true mark of a hero. Not the kind who leaps tall buildings in a single bound, but the kind who, in the quiet moments, chooses to stand back up after every fall. The kind who keeps moving forward when every part of them screams to stop. Slowly, opportunities started to appear. Doors that once seemed permanently shut cracked open just enough for him to slip through. Small victories turned into bigger wins. Jobs aligned with his passion, relationships strengthened, and a renewed sense of purpose took root. Every challenge he faced was met with new confidence, not because the obstacles vanished, but because he had learned to face them head on. Jason's journey was never about an overnight success story. It was about the steady, relentless pursuit of his dreams, despite the fear, the failures, and the loneliness. His story is not unique. It is the story of countless heroes before him, and the story of many who will come after. Heroes who start from zero, who face their darkest fears but choose to rise anyway. And here's the truth you need to hear today. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment, for a lucky break, or for fear to disappear. Your breakthrough begins the moment you decide to keep fighting, to keep dreaming, and to keep walking forward, even when the path is uncertain. Because being a hero isn't about never falling, it's about never giving up. Jason's journey from zero to hero is a testament to the power of persistence, courage, and belief. It shows us that no matter how deep the darkness, no matter how loud the fear, there is always a way forward. You might be facing your own zero right now, feeling lost, defeated, or overwhelmed. And that's okay, because every hero's story begins with a moment like this, a moment when everything feels impossible. But remember this, the spark that changed Jason's life lives inside you too. It's that small voice urging you to try one more time, to take one more step, to never give up. So today I want to challenge you. Whatever your dreams, whatever your struggles, don't let fear hold you back. Embrace the journey with all its ups and downs. Celebrate every small win, learn from every setback, and keep moving forward. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of perseverance. Your story from zero to hero is waiting to be written. The question is, will you write it?